just to introduce myself again, I'm Jimmy Loizeau, and that's James Auger. Okay. And I teach at Goldsmiths University. James teaches at the Royal College of Art, and we've been working together for some 10 years. So, one of the things that, there we go, missed that, but there we go. We could have procrastinated for ages on being natural and transnatural. But in the end, I just had to kind of take this position that here I am. I'm transnatural, magnificent and transnatural. My birth was transnatural. I went on the plane last night, which was pretty transnatural. I had a burger in the airport, which was transnatural, made from a transnatural cow that fed in a transnatural field. My death will be transnatural. It will be mechanized, efficient, and hopefully medicated. So, you know, okay, we are transnatural. That's what I'm saying, and we have been for a long time. But I think one of the things that we want to bring up is that we're in a period of unprecedented, accelerated transnatural activity, and this is really important. It's really important because most of the time we don't notice. Okay? So this is where me and James kind of come in. What we do through most of our work is try and get people to notice this transnatural activity that's going on all the time. So I'm going to just launch in with a very old project that attempted to do this. And it's the slides are, yeah. It was the audio tooth implant, which we came up with in 2001. Docomo at the time were doing some interesting but flawed transnatural products. This is a telephone whereby somebody, and it was the future of telephones. This device allowed somebody to put a little wristband on. It would vibrate, and when the phone rang, they would stick their finger in their ear. Okay? And I had a problem with that. Mainly hygiene. Okay? The idea of sticking my finger in my ear and then shaking hands with somebody did not appeal. So we kind of went back a little bit and we looked at, you know, the way our communications had existed from a telephonic point of view. And, you know, there's a brief history of the telephone boxes, our wired telephones, the mobile phones, and we were asking what was going to be next. You know, we were reviewing what Docomo were doing. We didn't think that people were going to be sticking their fingers in their ears. So we looked to Stellac, and he's fantastic. He's amazing. But we wondered, is this the future of telecommunications? Is this where we're going? He's got a bit of nature on his arm. It seems very seamless, but no. Stellac was doing this within a gallery context. It was very interesting. It was a fantastic spectacle that explored science and future technologies, but it was framed within the context of a gallery. And then we have Kevin Warwick. Was this going to be the future of communications? This man had an implant put in his arm. He claims to be the world's first cyborg, and if he is the world's first cyborg, so is my cat. And this is the procedure that he goes through. It's really intrusive, it's painful, and would we do this to open a door? No, I don't think. So we were looking at technology coming into the body, and these were some of the implants that we were interested. We have a pacemaker, we have a hip joint, but it's these two here that we're really interested in. The tooth there, the titanium rod, and the breast implant. These products are kind of done for commodity reasons, and this is really interesting to us. We're going outside the medical now and into the realm of commodity. So this is where we kind of situated our work. We already have implants put in our mouths. We already have this technology put in our mouths. And we thought, whilst we're doing it, why don't we do something else? Let's put the future of telecommunications there during routine dental surgery. So we came up with the audio tooth implant. So this was 10 years ago. We made this model. It represented the technology of the tooth implant. In fact, it was a piece of an old computer that was cast in some plastic, but this represented the future of technology. And then to kind of take it outside the kind of student context where we first conceived this idea, we decided to make up a company, MyBeck, Micro In-Body Electronics Company. But we needed more. We needed to kind of understand the technology of this thing so we could become convincing. So we went to British Telecom, and we had a meeting with this gentleman here. He's a futurist at BT, and he gave us the information that we needed and the technology that we would need to produce such a thing. The mouth acts as a kind of a Faraday cage. It's a frequency-free space. So basically, this is how it works. The audio tooth implant would communicate with most digital media. This media would be transmitted at standard radio frequency between 870 and 955 megahertz. It would be received by this mobile device and then transmitted at low frequency radio, 150 kilohertz, which is a frequency that can pass through our cheeks. This then activates a dormant chip through near-field magnetic effect, and then a transducer turns the sound into micro vibrations that travel along the jawbone and into the inner ear. And this is the process called a bone transduction. So basically, with that, you can hear through your teeth. We made a slick and convincing animation. We were almost young at the time, so this is quite dated now. But one thing that we really wanted to do with this, we wanted people to talk about it. We wanted people to talk about this technology. We think something like this is going to happen. And in fact, American military they did get in touch with us, and they are developing something similar to this. We were quite scared. So nevertheless, we continued and on our mission to inform the people of the future of communications. We'd been working at the Royal College of Art on that project. We were then given a job at the MIT Media Lab in Dublin, which gave us even more kudos as researchers into technologies. We were no longer students, we were research associates. And then the Science Museum awarded us a prize to be exhibited. So our work was to be exhibited in the Science Museum as part of an exhibition called Talking Points. And this is where interesting things started happening for us. We met up with this guy, Joe Meany, and he was a press officer. And we'd never met a press officer before. And we were suddenly aware that we could take our work out of a gallery and we could take it into the public domain using mass media. Okay, so that was our first kind of outing into the mass media. This was the context where we wanted everybody to be talking about the future technologies. At the outset of this project, we had decided that we wanted our tooth implant to feature in Wired, but not just Wired. We wanted it in the British tabloids. We wanted it in all tabloids as well. And we succeeded with that. This is the Sun newspaper. You see my colleague there, Radio Chew, typical kind of tabloid pun. We were out there, and this has a readership of millions and millions. Wired went through kind of various stages of liking us in the beginning and then hating us because we told them what we did later on. We thought it was important that we come clean, so they had their little pun lying through their teeth. But, you know, our message was already out there. CNN, a vote in 24 hours, 54,000 people bothered to vote. And this was amazing for us. The people saying yes was only 14%, but that was 10 years ago. We reckon we could add another 13% to that now, if we wanted to market it. And then it gathered even more momentum, and 2002, Time magazine got in touch with us. This is the online version. Something really interesting happened here. We'd been approached by the media, and to begin with, we told the truth. We said that it was a talking point, but they weren't interested in that. So the next newspaper that phoned us, we said, this is a product, and it's going to be on the market in 2 years. And this is not Photoshop. So 2002, we made the front cover of Time magazine. The only question they asked us, really, was how much money we wanted for the image to be used. So, you know, this object we saw as quite a dark thing. It's a kind of a telephonic schizophrenia. This idea of voices sort of leaking seamlessly into our heads was quite worrying. We had some of these kind of dark responses from people. I did get in touch with this person and told them that the whole thing was a fabrication. But you know, this person, for example, was convinced that she already had a tooth implant. This person, a university student, was prepared to act as a guinea pig for us and wanted us to plant a telephone into their teeth. And this is one of the most interesting ones. This is the final slide. This was a physician who wrote directly to the press guy. And he wrote a very, very long letter, and we've just transcribed a part of it. And it says, as a physician, I believe the technology you describe in your press release has the potential for producing immense social harm. This social harm would include psychological trauma, angry behavior in both the workplace and home. And this is what we were looking for. We were looking for people to notice their communication systems of the future, to notice them, sometimes to get angry. And with that, I'm going to pass you on to James.